So hello YouTubers, this is Mac13 coming back with update number 2 on the Aquareef 400, Aquamarine 400. And you can see since the last review we've done a bit of aquascaping. So a quick rundown in here. As I said before, this is 40 kilos of South Seas base rock, which I procured. I've cured it for a few days in another tank at heat, then identified that this is actually very clean compared to the Bikani. I bought a piece of Bikani as well, which I've started to cure, and the difference between the two is significant. The smell of the Bikani was earthy, pungent, and it's only a 2 kilo block, so that's still outside in the other tank curing at the moment. So this stuff, fantastic. 2 boxes here, 20 kilos each. Basically built up this structure here. The Bikani plate rock I've got will go in this section here to form the cave there. As you can see up there, I've introduced my first piece of live rock from my mature aquarium. That has now been in for, this is the second day, so this is approximately 2 weeks old now that the aquascaping was completed, and I've had it circulating since then. I'll take you below, I'll show you what's happening below, as we've done some modifications here. So one of the key issues that people say with the Aqua One 400 is noise. The system being very noisy. So looked into this, and effectively at the very back is the downpipe from the tank, from the overflow. Now what I noted was this was sitting roughly 1.5 inches higher than the top of the water level in the tank. So by adding a extension piece onto there so that the water now returns below the water level, reduces the noise levels significantly. No need for towels and various other things. So that's now the only things you really hear in here are the skimmer motors and the return pump motors. The other thing I didn't like about the sump was the bio balls. I'm not a big fan of the bio balls, nothing against them, just not for me. So come down here, you can see I've set up the start and deep sandbed. Effectively cut out the shelf plates on this central box. Bought another pane of glass, fitted it in there, which then gave me the area for the deep sandbed. As you can see, I'm running a Senai system on here for monitoring the pH and ammonia temperature. On top of that, I also have at the back, so as you can see here, zoom in, I have an independent pH probe and temperature probe as well as a backup, just to confirm what I'm seeing. So as you can see, that is now all set up and running. On introducing the deep sandbed, saw the ammonia spike literally overnight. On top of this, I've included a small LED light off eBay. Seems to be very good. You can see the pH probe is in the back there, measuring the water as it passes through. I also put some seaweed algae in here, just for YouTubes. Maybe a little bit early for this as the tank is still cycling through, but I needed to crop my mature tank down, so I've introduced that in just today. With the light and everything being there, I'll see how it does. If it doesn't do too well, not a big issue. It grows very rapidly in the main tank. So we've got plenty to pick from. So one other thing I did As I say, I'm not a big fan of bio balls, but don't believe that they are totally useless. At the back, which is a bit difficult to see, you're supplied with 3 meshes to take out any particular solids, waste solids. Most other aquariums have socks. Again, not a big fan of either. The socks need changing very regularly, otherwise they just gather all the dirt together and then you get a massive nitrate build up from that. So I've taken out the meshes because they work in the same way, get all the build up of waste from the fish in there and become a nitrate source. I fitted the bio balls in that column all the way down. Again, the waste will get lodged in there, but it will, with the surface area you get from the bio balls, will give a bit more of a controlled breakdown rather than massive doses. So happy with that. See how that goes. If it becomes an issue, I'll take it over. So we're now set up. Everything's running superbly nicely. I'm expecting to see return pumps here. So other issues, other things to note. Right, salt in the aquarium. So this is a 400 litre aquarium, all up with the sump. My calculation, it's nearer 500 litres in the volume that we've got in this tank. Salted up the aquarium, looked at all the calculations. I'm a bit old school. I have a nice float which I use for doing my salt water, a bit like the old battery units. Basically it is made so that it gives you the ideal salinity for buoyancy within the salt water. So did that. This aquarium took 16 kilos, that's 16 kilos of red sea salt. There's my bucket down here. Luckily I had 16 kilos left in there, just, but it took 16 kilos to get this to the right spec. But again, double checked, everything's spot on that way. So now a case of, on the Senai, here's my Senai screen, which, if it will focus, there we go. Focus tells you where I'm sitting at the moment. So my ammonia is sitting at, that's free ammonia sitting at 0.007, pH is at 8.23 and 76 degrees Fahrenheit. My H4 ammonia is a bit higher than this. That was peaked up at the other day, I think it was 15 milligrams, which is currently on its way down. So as I say, I've added in a few things just to start keeping that cycle turning over, expecting the ammonia to come back up. Hence the reason I put the Chico in the bottom to start absorbing any nitrates that are generated as the ammonia converts over. But this is still pretty much a sterile tank. As I say, first piece of live rock is here. Did notice that the starfish came out off it, one of the small ones out of my tank. So I'm not sure if that will survive, but everything will contribute. So it's a case now of just monitoring all my chemical kits over here. Nitrite, ammonia, NH4 is done on the Senai, and then I've got my usual API kit here which gets all the important stuff. So we'll see what happens, and I will do an update for you in a few weeks when things have settled down. Bye bye YouTubers.